Game 4 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Is Miami going to be able to bounce back without Tyler Hero to even the series? Or is Boston going to take a commanding lead 3-1 and go back into Miami? Let me know. Let's go. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Craig Ben, aka Cash K, back with another NBA Prize Picks video. Again, we're talking about the Eastern Conference Finals here. Game 4 in Boston, and we don't have any Tyler Hero here. It looks like everybody else on Miami is going to play. It's just not going to be Tyler Hero. On the Boston side, Marcus Smart and Robert Williams are questionable. I expect them to play, but they are questionable, and we'll go into 4 plays. Again, took yesterday off. But man, if you saw that dunk from Wiggins over Luka, that was pretty crazy. But again, hey, the last 2 videos we've done, we're 6-1-1. We pushed one. Yeah, we're 6-1-1. We're going to continue the run here. And again, the one loss that we did have was Butler was hurt that game 3, which hurt him because they got up early quick. So this should be an interesting one. We should see Miami come out really strong. Without having that offense from Tyler Hero, we should see Oladipo have to step up a little bit here, and maybe Max Strus plays a few more minutes. But we'll dive into all of that. Again, if you like these videos, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification so you know I upload these videos, as lines do sometimes move. And with this video as well, we are going to look at our friends at ODDSJAM, and I'm going to take 2 of the plays and kind of show you how I use their tool as well, and we'll jump right into that as well. So with that, let's dive right in and see what we got up for today. All right, as you can tell here, I have the NBA Prize Picks desktop up here, and I'm going to go over 4 plays that I do like. If you do not have an account, use that promo code DFSArmy and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. The link is in the description below. All right, like I said, I'm going to show you 4. I'm going to talk about 4 plays that I do like here, and then we're going to go over and I'm going to show you my friends over at ODDSJAM, kind of show you their tool a little bit of, looking at the lines and see if we can, find some value. And there's 2 of them that I will show you. So once we get to the 3rd pick, we'll jump over to ODDSJAM real quick and I'll show you what it's all about. But we're going to talk about 4 plays here. The first one we're going to talk about, I'm going to go Jimmy Butler. I'm going right back to the well here with over 24.5 points. Again, he did not play in that first game against Boston there going back. He only played 19 minutes, shot for 3 for 8. He got hurt that game, didn't come back. What was weird in that game was almost before the game was over, they said he was on track to come back on Monday. So it must have not have been that bad. It's kind of like, well, why didn't he just try to come back in the game and finish? I don't know. But he's going to have to be aggressive here, especially with no Tyler Hero. We should see him more aggressive here. The juice is on the over at around -120 at the 25.5 projected points. I think we've seen big games out of Jimmy on the road a ton this year in the playoffs, there in the Philly series. And the first 2 games of Boston at home put up 41 and 29. I think we're going to see a big game out of Jimmy. I'm not going to worry about the injury at all. Like you said, without Tyler Hero, he's going to have to take more of that scoring load on his shoulders. Him and Depot are just going to have to do a lot of the scoring. So I do like this over 24.5 points for Jimmy Butler as the number 1 play here. The second one here, we're going to go over to assists. And we're going to go here to Kyle Lowry. And I'm going to take the over 4.5 assists here. That line can be at 5.5 at some of the books that are out there. I would take the under on that. But at 4.5, I'll take the over on that. He played the 1 game against Boston. He's played so sparingly because he's been injured this entire playoffs. Like, he hasn't played a ton in the playoffs. Played quite a bit in that Atlanta series, only 2 games in the Philly series, and then the 1 game against Boston. He did play 29 minutes, which was good, put up 6 assists. At this 4.5 number, it feels a little light, and we'll jump over to ODDSJAM, and I'll kind of show you what their line is looking at and how we can maybe take advantage of that tool. But yeah, Lowry, 4.5 just feels a little bit too low here. He's played Boston 3 times this year. He's put up 5, 8, and 6 assists. Put up 5 back on November 4th. He put up 8 assists back on March 30th and 6 assists in that first game against Boston. So I'm going to lean the over here at 4.5. If it was a 5.5, I would leave it alone. But at 4.5, I will definitely take the over here. So we're going to take the over on Kyle Lowry. The next one we're going to look at, some of these lines are really good. So it was really hard to try to find some spots that I really liked. But we're going to come over to turnovers here. There's a few I was looking at. I was looking at Jason Tatum and maybe kind of looking at, his over with what he's done. He's turned the ball over a ton. I think Miami's going to come out strong. But I think I'm going to take here. I'm going to go Bam. And I'm going to lean the under here with Bam's turnovers. Now, it's kind of a weird line here. The line's at 2.5. A lot of the books that are out there, and the juice is on the under at -170. He's had 2 or less turnovers in 5 of his last 6 games. I'm going to go ahead and say he has less than 2 here. There's a lot of lines I was looking at. I think they're going to need his offense more as well. But if Robert Williams comes back, I think he could, maybe struggle a little bit there. And I think Jimmy's going to pick up the scoring load a little bit coming back. I think he's going to be more aggressive. But I think we could take Bam on the under here. Again, there's not a lot of lines that I did love, but one that kind of stood out with me was this one. Again, if you wanted to take the Jason Tatum over, I get that as well. I wish this was at 2.5, but even at 2, I think I'll take the chance that Bam has the under. Only had one turnover in that last game against Boston, and they played 42 minutes here. So I think I'm going to lean the under at 2 here. For that one. So these two, Kyle Lowry over 4.5 assists and Bam under 2. I kind of want to show you what they have over at ODDSJAM and kind of show you how I use their tool. So let's go take a gander at what they have. All right. Over here at ODDSJAM, like I said, you can pull up here. You can get a free 7-day trial if you want. Just sign up for it. They also have free 3 arbitrage bets I'll send you daily. Basically, they're profitable arbitrage bets. You bet both sides of it and guarantee profit. But let me show you real quick what they have here. So we pulled up the Boston Celtics Miami game. I got turnovers pulled up because we're going to talk about the Bam one. So if you kind of look here at Bam, and this line's what we're looking at, this ODDSJAM line. So this is what you get if you sign up here. And so it's just a really, really sharp line. And they have it again -173 at the under, 2.5. And you'll notice that all the price picks are at -137. So basically what I'm looking at is anything that's over -137, I think is a good play. Anything under that -137 is going to lean a bad play. So yes, the line here there's no line that's 2, but I'll take a chance on that with the under at -173, and we get it at -137, That's like 36 cents on the dollar. Anytime I can get it at -160, -170 when looking at this, that's where I'll take a shot at it. So that's where I'm looking there. And then we'll come over to assists real quick, and I'll show you a little bit on the Lowry play as well. So again, kind of assists. We're looking at this ODDSJAM perfect line. Come down here to Kyle Lowry. And as you can see, the over 4.5, this perfect line has it at -182. So again, you can go out there and bet this on the books, Barstool and Bet Rivers, and you can get it at -137. But again, -137 here at Prizepicks. And again, you're getting massive, this is a great play. So the over 4.5, we're getting, basically 45 cents on the dollar here. And this is where I'm looking at using this tool. So if you come over here and use that ODDSJAM, again, I'll put the link of this site in the description below. But this is how I use it. And these are the 2 picks that, did kind of show up here. Again, you can come up and down here, smart over 6.5. They only have it at -114. That's not maybe a great play. So just look, if the number's over -137, it's very simple. That's what you're looking for. If it's under -137, maybe you want to dig a little bit more. But I want it to be around 30 cents or 30 points over or 30 points under before I really look at it. So I want to be like around a -105 or plus number, or get it to -160 or -170, -165 or something before I get excited. So I do like the Lowry over here, and this agrees with me. So let's dive around back to Prizepicks and check out the last play that we do have. All right, as you can see here, we got the 3 that we talked about. We got one more that we're going to talk about. And this one has a lot to do with, is Robert Williams, the Time Lord, going to play today? Again, he's questionable. If he does play, I love this play. If not, I would stay away from it. So just keep that in mind. And actually, I'll take that back. Yes, I'll stay away from it, but there's another play that I do like. So, and they're both Al Horford. So if he does play, I want the under on Al Horford rebounds here. Now, Time Lord's been out quite a bit, right? He's only played 2 of the last 7 games that Boston has played. And he's only played 2 games in this series, right? Now, he did not play on the 21st here. He was out, so he grabbed 14 rebounds. Now, Horford was out on the 17th, and Time Lord did play that game. And then on the 19th, Time Lord played 20 minutes, and he had only 3 rebounds that game. So if we're kind of looking back of, anytime that Time Lord's out there, Al Horford's just not going to get as many rebounds, especially looking at 9 mark. I love this under if he doesn't play. The juice is on the under at -125 at the under 9.5 point mark as well. So again, if we get Time Lord playing, I love this under if you want to take a shot on it. I think he does play. And if you don't, if Time Lord doesn't play, then I love taking Al Horford on his 3-pointers made at the over 1.5. The 2 games he's played, he's hit this at 2 and 3 marks. So I think you can still take a shot at this, even if Time Lord played, but I love it way more if we get that Robert Williams does play. I still prefer the under here. So these are the 4 that I'm looking at here. We got Jimmy Butler over 24.5 points. He's going to have a big game here for them to try to even this series out. Kyle Lowry over 4.5 assists. They kind of go together here. Bam Adebayo under 2 turnovers. And then Al Horford under 9 rebounds. I would probably rank these Jimmy 1, Lowry 2, Al Horford 3, and then Bam number 4 if I were to rank these. Again, hopefully Jimmy can stay healthy through the whole game. That number is just too low for him for what he's going to have to do with no Tyler Hero out there. So again, appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hit that like button on your way out, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.